everyone. So a really exciting week this week because I went for a very classic green and white colour palette, and also we have got a bowl of cream peonies. Now, a couple of things about these peonies. They actually, they're very tight. But they have, the reason why they're so popular and so expensive, and actually they've been retailing for $20 a stem, which is just insane, is because they have so many layers of petals from the outside to the inside. Their petals though are very, very fine and they feel like very silky to touch. So one trick that's quite important with these to get it from like this to this is that you do need to kind of massage the inside of the head a little bit every day, just to try and like break the petals apart, because what happens is water gets trapped in between the petals and it can stop the flower from opening up. Now, if you have it like this, like a complete ball, and it's so tight that you can't even like get your finger underneath it, you really have to try and break it apart, because what's happened at that point is the water's trapped inside, so it's actually kind of keeping the head closed, and it's not going to open like that on its own. So just gently, just get you with your kind of with your finger, just gently kind of massage the inside just to try and break it apart, and then throughout the week you'll see that it'll start to open, and then you can try and get that in the middle, and then as it absorbs water it'll be able to trigger the opening on its own. So we've spoken about the peonies. We also have some statice in the box. We have a couple of tulips and some snapdragons, and then for the greenery we have some lemon leaf, which I'm just going to put over here, and we also have some myrtle. So let's start with the myrtle first. So you want to strip the leaves from the end and cut a little bit. I have quite a narrow vase for this arrangement. I would suggest using a narrow vase, but you want one that can hold a lot of water, just because at the initial phase, the flowers, because they're so fresh, they're going to need a lot of water, because this is one that really evolves throughout the course of the week. With the myrtle, one thing I'd say is it's really malleable, so that's kind of nice, because one of the things you can do with it is just kind of bend it into the shape you want. So otherwise it kind of sticks up quite straight like a soldier. And I think it's much nicer if you can just kind of bend it on the right and left side, just to create more of a gateway to the arrangement. Pull that one off. So just balance the pieces on either side of your vase, and then just push them down a bit to help kind of create kind of a natural bend to them, like that. So then with your lemon leaf, you just want to cut it down into pieces, and then just use it to kind of fill in the arrangement. To fill in the perimeter of the vase with the greenery. So you kind of want to use it to connect between the myrtle, if that makes sense. So you end up with like a full perimeter of lots of green texture and tone, which is really nice. The lemon leaf lasts for such a long time too, and it dries really well. So this vase is already quite full, so I might put one in here like that, and then I'm going to stop there for now. Okay, let's put the snapdragons in next. So strip the leaves from the stems, cut down, and then add inside the vases. So just cut it down. Can you see in this vase, I've got quite an array of lemon leaves at the bottom. Because they're so wide, I would suggest cutting them a little bit. If you have any like that are just kind of tucked inside, then do cut them, because you don't want like a gathering of greenery in the middle, if that makes sense. Okay, peonies next. So these are going to open a lot. So you want to put the bigger one that you have on the kind of front and center, right above the opening of the vase, and then I would suggest putting the other one, and they're both going to be really tight when they arrive like this. That's how you want them, honestly. because you want them to kind of bloom with you. The more open ones are gonna last a lot less time, so we could add that one in here, anywhere you see space for it, like that. So statice next. So the statice is really durable and it dries nicely, and I like it because it's a great filler, especially for a green and white arrangement, because it has like a really nice white color tone and it holds white really well. Some white flowers, they'll kind of turn brown after a period of time, and then obviously that ruins the freshness with them. So just add in the statice. You want to cut the smaller pieces from the bigger pieces like this, and then just add it anywhere you want inside. And it doesn't have to be in water either, because it will dry naturally on its own. It's got like a paper-like texture to it anyway. So I might just add some in between the peonies there too. Like so. So tulips, same thing applies with the tulips. These are actually quite old tulips, and you can tell that because they're flopping loads. So when you get them, they're going to be like this, like really, really tight like that. So what you want to do when they're like that is you want to cut the end, and if you can't strip the leaves off, just leave them on, and then just add them into the vase anywhere you want. And what will happen is, as they start to absorb water, they're going to open out a lot, and they'll also grow towards the sun too, because they grow to find light. So when they get a bit softer, I'd say on the third day, second or third day, you can do a nice trick of just folding the petals inside out. Remember, they grow taller too, so cut a decent amount off them because they will grow upwards in the arrangement. And then you can just add them anywhere you want, and then as time goes on, you might have to keep turning the petals inside out because they do open and close to the sun too, a little bit like sunflowers. And then we have it, a classic green and white arrangement with lots of blooms that are going to grow throughout the week. I love this one because I feel like it's the perfect bridal bouquet, so I hope you love it too.